First diesel pump installation. We've removed the bolt from this well pump and we are installing our angle iron bracket that will get our antenna up high, and then we're going to wire in the flow sensor and wire in the motor and have a go with it.
It all works on the ground. When the antenna touches this, it kills it, and when it loses oil pressure and falls down, it kills this. And then this works on a float system, and same thing. It's a dies on when it touches the float.
And what are each of these gauges?
This is oil level, oil pressure, and temperature.
So if any one of these gauges shorts out, that turns off the motor.
That's right.
And we are going to monitor our next trip out here, monitor these gauges, and when one of them trips, we will be able to tell the farmhouse which one tripped, so that gives an indication of what problem there is with this motor. Can you dial those things to cause it to trip? Is there an adjustment on those? So if it's running, you want to test it?
You can take a screwdriver and touch it right here. That's the same thing. Ground it out. Works on the ground. And it's the same thing as moving that and touching it.
So where do you touch the screwdriver?
Right to that head right there and to the base of this.
Oh, okay. So this is a shorting.
Yeah.
You short between those or here.
That's right.
And what about on this one? Where
same thing right here.
Cross those
to that.
Right there to that. We'll simulate that failure. This is the back of the Murphy panel controller. We're going to wire in just a kill signal from our controller on each of these 4 pumps. We're not wiring in the Murphy panel monitoring circuits this trip. So which is the master kill wire off this assembly?
This is the ground wire that kills it off of the.
So you ground that wire, it does?
Yes.
So each of those gauges ends up feeding to that one single point, which then goes to the fuel disconnect.
Yes.
The TAC,
on the next trip out here,
yeah, we need to monitor the tachometer speed, because if all functions are correct, the Murphy hasn't kicked off and the water's showing to go through the discharge pipe. If the tachometer were to drop below 1,000 RPMs, most farmers would know that you got a fuel filter clogged or a fuel filter on the tank clogged, or a combination of the two. But that's a problem that some monitoring systems don't have.
These newer, when I change these alternators out, I just put it newer.
David, would there be a way to, if if an alternator wasn't charging, you had just a current?
Yeah, the tank won't work if it's electric.
All our tanks are electric, aren't they?
Most of them.
Yeah. Okay.
so what ideally do we want to monitor at these pumps?
At any pump, this pump in particular doesn't have one, but you have a water level. You want to monitor the water level. You don't need to know what the water level is. You just need to know that the water level grounded out. You need to monitor oil pressure, oil temperature, oil level, all just by grounds and signals. You don't have to know where they are. You just need to know that that's what grounded. On the TAC, we do want to monitor what the TAC speed is, because the TAC speed could tell you if you had a bad fuel filter or not, because you'll still have flow, but you'll have a low TAC speed.
But the TAC, if the alternator's not charging, the TAC isn't working also.
Right, so that could tell you that the alternator's out as well.
So a low TAC could be either alternator or clogged fuel filter?
No, the TAC won't work at all if the alternator's not working.
Okay, the TAC will not work if the alternator is not working.
You don't get a signal at all.
You should also pretty easy be able to monitor voltage, and you can tell from that what your alternator's doing.
Yeah, is there a voltmeter on those other ones?
We can monitor voltage. Yeah.
But just on these Murphy systems,
Yes.
they need to work just like they work. If they ground out, we just need to know which one did it.
Right.
Oil level's low.
In the black box,
Yeah.
it's got a
Got
a
it.
temp gauge.
Water's
Shows
low.
whether it's charging or
Oil
not.
pressure's low. Oil temperature's high. That's all you need to know. You don't need to monitor the exact levels